Yo, Feel Black, Create a Drop. Out here, a rainy day. It was so nice yesterday. It was nice this morning. I had to stop at the house to get me a coat. Man, the temperature dropped at least 30 degrees. Easy. You know, been a cool day. I might go in a coffee shop. I go in Coco Cinnamon. I'm in there, just sit in there, have my coffee at the cafe. I'm writing, and by the time I come out, it was raining and cold outside. I'm like, yo. But forward to later, man. Me and Nashi gonna grab sushi with our homie Show moving back to Tokyo. So we gonna go get some sushi. You know what I mean? I love sushi. The spot we're going to is supposed to be real good. I ain't never been. But I've been thinking today about the phrase, if you stay down, the time will come around. I just been looking at, the landscape of things, been staying down for many moons. Many moons. And just kept working on the craft throughout the years. I had some down times where, I didn't fuck with the music at all. But not many. I was always writing a line here, a line there, some bars here, some bars there, some stanzas here. You know what I mean? Some couplets. Always jotting down thoughts and ideas consistently throughout the years. And just feeling like a prime time to release music and to debut as a brand new artist, because to the world, that's what I am, And the shit I'm on and the story I'm telling ain't been told. I'm the only one that could tell it. I got this bar. I said, I forgot. But it had to do with this. I said something like, I'm the best at being me. Something. You could be the best too if you do you. You know what I mean? To where it's like, basically it's like, as long as you're doing you as an artist, you know what I mean? Like, you do you as an artist, you tell your story in your way, you know what I mean? Creatively, it's gonna resonate, because every individual has their own unique experience. There's a lot of overlap, you know what I mean? And I just think about, like, what I'm writing now, right? The album and the music I'm working on, and I think about, like, who's gonna be my audience when I'm on tour? Who's gonna be showing up? And because that's something to think about. I mean, I've heard artists in the past complain about their fan base, and I've heard fans complain about the fan base. For instance, I heard fans to be like, yo, you go to this artist show, there's no women, you know what I mean? Or you go to this artist show, it's all teeny boppers or whatever it may be. man, I take into consideration like who my audience will be, who that's gonna resonate with the most, you know. You never know what to catch on, who's gonna love the music. Because at this point, a lot of the most popular artists are in their 40s, some in their 50s. You know what I mean? And the high school kids and the college kids is like bumping them. You know what I mean? Banging their music. So I could see like whole families pulling up to my show, like a whole family. I can see them pulling up to my show, depending on the setting. You know what I mean? We got some different things lined up, you know, and just the things that we're gonna incorporate into the music and into the actual live shows and the venues we're gonna do them at. You know, another thing is the venues are going to have something to do with it, because it's like, I remember a long time ago I had this conversation with John, radio. I was talking about how you got artists, right? You got like different avenues, you know what I mean? You got artists that go to clubs and perform at like clubs. I would say the urban venues, right? Like the club, the hood clubs, whatever, right? Then you also got the avenue where you go through and you hit the small intimate venues and you have a more diverse audience, as opposed to the certain clubs. You're going to get a certain demographic that's going to fit within a box. Everybody's not comfortable in those environments. I just think about all of that, and I always said that I would rather go and perform in the actual venues that were built for musical performances. You know what I mean? And I feel like artists that come through that tend to have more longevity in their careers. You know, because in my experience, people that go to those type of shows are more fans of the music and of the artist. And then when it comes to like the club dates and the club spots where people, whoever's the hottest artist, they got the hottest hit in the streets. A lot of that shit be about the hype. And it's like, yo, I gotta be out there, pop a bottle, and fucking wear the flyest outfit, and goddamn get a section, and pay fucking $300 to get in, and you know what I mean, all that dumb shit. You know what I mean? I'd rather go through the venues, the intimate venues, like a Fillmore, or you know what I mean, Cat's Cradle, shit like that. You know, the Ritz, those type of venues. Spot in Charlotte, the Amos South End. You know, the spots that you go in and you can see the people that you're performing for, and you know, it's an intimate experience with the crowd, to where you really building the fan base and expanding it. Then not to mention, you don't gotta worry about a fucking shooting in the parking lot. You don't gotta worry about a bunch of fights and a bunch of drunk motherfuckers in the in those type of venues, because I've never seen it. But in the other venues, you know, somebody done paid goddamn $300 for a bottle of fucking Tito's. Oh, they gonna make sure they drunk. They gonna make sure they drunk. You know what I mean? All of that. So, you know, I just think about that stuff, you know, because next wave of music is gonna have me on the circuit performing and doing shows and hitting these venues. So I just always, you know what I mean, just think about what that crowd's gonna look like. You know, even my approach to writing now is different. Sometimes I write as though I'm the person in the audience listening. It's a different perspective to where I'm still writing my story and what I want to write, but in a way to where if I was a person in the crowd, in a way to where it would make me want to interact with the music as I'm hearing it. You know what I mean? Yeah, who's my audience? About to find out soon. Phil Black, Creative Drive. Peace.